Mike Owens here. They're joined by Kris Moutinho, who's coming off another great win at Combat Zone last month. Chris, great to sit down and chat. How are things with you today?
Doing great, bro. Thanks for having me on.
No, the pleasure's all mine. How are your emotions after your last win, that third round TKO over Elijah Harris?
Um, it was good, man. They were really good. I was a little nervous that one. Again, I got in there and I started off really slow. And again, I didn't have the best training camp for it, to be honest with you. I'm like I say it on every fight. Every interview I do. I'm a little lazy, man. This camp was a little hard to get motivated for, and I just didn't train as well as I should have probably. And again, I was lucky that my cardio pushed through and my toughness pushed through, and I got the win, man. It could have very well went the other way, and we wouldn't I wouldn't be talking to people right now. Everybody would just break me off, and so it's cool, man. I just gotta get back to the gym, train harder, and do what I'm supposed to do now.
Does that inspire any confidence in you not having a great training camp but still getting the job done?
No, it just doesn't do anything more for me or not. It just shows me it just shows me that I am good enough to do this. I just need to do what I'm supposed to do now. You know what I mean? It angers me more than it motivates me. You know what I mean? I've just been getting lazy lately, and it's 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 the time I need to start pushing it. So it lights a fire under my ass that I need to be doing the things that these guys at the highest level are doing.
Having said that, though, this is your third win on Combat Zone post your UFC run. How has that promotion, and specifically the likes of Calvin, and also training with the likes of Calvin and Rowe and the rest of the guys on that promotion, how has that helped you to rebuild post leaving the UFC?
Oh, it's been everything. You know what I mean? All those guys have really took me in and helped me become who I am and showed me again. That was the thing around here. I didn't have for a long time. I wasn't training consistently with the guys at the highest level. Again, this now we got a room full of Calvin guys like even guys that aren't in the UFC yet. You got like fucking Tommy Pax and those guys that just beat your ass every day. Carlos Lazoya. Again, I have fever dreams and nightmares of that motherfucker holding me down and fucking it's a nightmare, bro. So it's like these are the kinds of guys that motivate me to work harder and push and push and push and push to be what I know I am. I am one of the best fighters in the world. Whether again it's been proven or not, I know how good I am. I know what I can do. I can do on any given night. So yeah, man, it's just been everything. You know what I mean? That's the thing around New England that we haven't had. For years I've just traveling around an hour here, an hour there to get training. Now we're in the same place, getting the same work, and then we got Tyson facilitating the whole thing. So yeah, man, I'm in the best place I've been in my career, and I'm just excited for it.
I suppose that brings me to my next question, which, as I mentioned, you're on a four-fight win streak. What do you feel is the logical next step for you? Would you like to go back to the UFC? Do you look at other promotions if they come your way? What in an ideal world would be next for Kris Moutinho?
Ideal would be to get right back. You know what I mean? I feel like I've done enough. I feel like the way I finished guys pretty convincingly, regardless of what. One of the guys I fought. He's 8-4. You know, the other guy I fought is eight and 2 when I fought him. You know what I mean? So it's like you can say what you want about the last kid or the first kid I fought, but I fought some guys that are beating up local competition, got and high level competition. You know what I mean? So I don't think I have to do anything else. But if worst comes to worst and the UFC doesn't take me back, I'm gonna have to fight somebody really good. You know what I mean? So I'm taking this summer to just focus on me, improve what I need to improve on. There's a lot of things, a lot of holes in my game that I have to tighten up a little bit, and that's where I'm at right now. So take the summer, tighten up what I need to tighten up, get stronger, get bigger, and if the UFC doesn't take me back, fight in October, September, October, and just do what I keep doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I feel like what I've done in my career is been exciting, been violent, show people I'm the kind of guy that you want to see fight. I've never been in I've had maybe one or two boring fights my entire career. Everything else has been banger after banger after banger. So I'm the style that the UFC wants, and they talk about all the time. And I said that before, and I'll say it again. You know what I mean? I'm the style that they want. I'm the guy who's willing to risk everything to get the finish. You know what I mean? I don't. It's my when I go into a fight, I don't think about the win. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make it the most exciting fight. If the win comes, awesome, man. That's the main goal, but I'm here to put on a fucking show first. And that's what I'm gonna continue to do. Go out there, put on the show and do it in the most violent fashion possible.
Talking about putting on a show, not many people have the UFC debut that you had a couple of years ago, short notice fight on an international fight week against, the guy that their marketing machine is right the way behind, and Sean O'Malley. Um, that's obviously a massive moment in your career, and I know you get a lot of questions about that. But is there a part of you that wants to distance yourself from that fight, or is there a part of you that wants to lean into the notoriety and the profile that you perhaps gained from that fight to get yourself back in the UFC?
I've said this 1,000 times too. You know what I mean? I am the most introverted, quiet, loner there is. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Again, I don't like notoriety. I don't. That's something that I found out very quickly that it didn't suit my livelihood. So again, regardless of it, I need it for this career that I've decided to choose. You know what I mean? This fighting stuff. I need the notoriety. I need people to look at me. I need people to want to watch me fight. So I appreciate it, man. It's done a lot for my life, but I don't want to. I don't even think about that fight anymore. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I've already distanced myself in my head million miles. I'm a million miles away from that fight. I'm a million times better. The guy that I am now, I would finish the dude that I was then. You know what I mean? I would murder that man. So I'm 100 times better now. I'm just ready. I'm just ready to get my second chance, fight these guys at high level, man, and test myself. And again, I say it all the time, I'm in the best weight class in the world. You know what I mean? I think I'm in the deepest weight class. So very well could lose again. You know what I mean? I very would lose against these high level guys. I just want to have that chance. I want to have that chance to prove myself, have that chance to test myself against them and find out who the man is that night.
Chris, we were talking about obviously you explained then you're a little bit of an introverted person. Fighting is a sport where you have to fight on a stage. You have to, to an extent, build a brand. You have to, be not just a fight. You have to be it's an entertainment business as much as a fight business. Is that a difficulty for you? Not relishing the spotlight, but then kind of having to be in it to an extent.
At a certain extent, yeah, for sure. Again, when I have to deal with again, the internet trolls and all that kind of stuff. That's what it is. All this stuff I don't mind. You know what I mean? This is the kind of stuff that I'm comfortable with to a certain extent, targeting people that know what the hell they're talking about, know about fighting and know what it is and follow the sport and are cool. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, man, that was the hardest part. Is not sorry, bro.
Chris, we were talking a little bit about your introverted personality, and maybe that being a difficult position for you to occupy in the sport. Is that something that you struggle with at all?
100%. You know what I mean? Dealing with people again, has always been hard. Again, the media and all that kind of stuff. I've learned over time and all that stuff. So that comes natural, a little bit more natural and a little more calming. But it's just dealing with people that are out to troll and all that kind of stuff. That took a lot of time and put a lot on my mental mind frame. You know what I mean? It really burdened me for a long time when I first got big or whatever big is in this sport. You know what I
Mm.
mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, that was a little tough to deal with. It's still tough on certain days to deal with, but I've gotten a lot better at just keeping the skin thick and ignoring most of that kind of stuff. So again, as I've gotten more calm, got with the right people. Got got with my girl. She keeps my mind right. Got with my family and everything, and understood what's going on. You know what I mean with myself and being true to myself and being true to God, and so really made life a lot easier to deal with this kind of stuff.
I feel like the casual fan, people who watch your UFC run maybe have an opinion of you that maybe is not true or not reflective of what you've done on the likes of Combat Zone and some of the other promotions that you fought for. Do you care to change the casual fans' opinion of Kris Moutinho, or does that not concern you at this point?
At this point, it doesn't matter to me, man. I'm just doing this because I still love this sport
Hmm.
for what it is. You know what I mean? I just love the fight for what it is. Other than that, man, I don't really care. If you like me, you don't like me, you're gonna watch me either way. You know what I mean? I like I without them, without all these people, you know what I mean, watching, there is no MMA, there is no
Hmm.
sport. So whether you're watching to watch me get my ass kicked or you're watching me to fucking be my fan or whatever and like what it is, it does not matter to me anymore. You know what I mean? I'm just here to do this until I don't want to do this anymore. And then I'll go get a regular job. I've said that a bunch of times now. You know what I mean? I have a regular job now. I can just go off and go do what I'm doing, have a family, do that kind of stuff. So it really doesn't really bother me anymore. Even making it back to the UC doesn't bother me too much anymore, man. I want to just so I can prove to myself that I belong and that I do all that stuff. But other than that, man, it really doesn't mean shit to me anymore.
So, what are your kind of key goals in the sport? I mean, if it's not fame, is it money that you're after? Is it legacy? Is it winning a world title? I mean, what is if you could what is the main thing you're looking to get out of your career in MMA?
I don't even To be honest with you, I don't even know. I don't really even know. Money's cool. It's never been that important to me. You know what I mean? Like again, I want it so that I can do the things I want to do. But again, I made it to the UFC and still never made no money. You know what I mean? It's like it's shit's not like you don't do this sport to everybody. Like unless you're a superstar, unless you're Sean O'Malley or one of these Conor McGregor's, you're not making shit. Most of these guys, you know what I
Mm.
mean? So it is what it is. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, there's the only thing that's ever really made sense to me is getting punched in the head. I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but that's the only thing that's ever really made sense. It's the only thing that's truly kept me at peace and made me zen to an extent. So yeah, I don't know why I still want to do it, but I'm doing it and I'm gonna do it. I only got a few more years where my body will allow me to do it, so I'm gonna do it till I can't. And maybe my why will come later. You know, we'll figure it out down the road. But right now, it's just doing it to do it.
If the opportunity presented itself and you make your way up to UFC contendership, would you have interest in the rematch with Sean at some point?
Of course, man. There's a lot of guys that I've lost a few times, bro. There's plenty of fights I want to redo. You know what I
Mm.
mean? So I'm not undefeated. So there's plenty of guys I would like to refight and get those back. So yeah, of course, if I get make it to the UFC and I make it through the fucking ring of fucking killers that they have up there and at my weight class, great. I would love to fight him again and try to get back or maybe get my ass kicked again. Either way, I don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, I just want to fight.
Mm.
Do what I got to do.
You obviously have a very unique perspective on the bantamweight champion at the moment. I mean, what makes him such a difficult task? What makes him such a problem in this division?
His footwork for sure. He's got some of the best footwork. Really does. He's fast. He's hard to pin down, and he's a sniper. You know
Mm.
what I mean? People can say whatever they want about him, but he hits hard and he knows where they go. He
Mm.
places them very well, and he's not easy to pin down. That's why like a guy like even like Marab, who's really good at wrestling, who's probably a way better wrestler than him, is gonna still have a hard time with him because he has to be able to pin him down. You know what I mean? You give somebody a fucking 40-foot cage and you try to run with him and chase him. He's
Mm.
just faster and he's hard to get into one space. But again, that's why we fight. And there's a lot of things I could have done differently in that fight to make that happen. Like instead of chase the guy, I could have cut the corners off a little bit more. Could have turned into some of those grappling exchanges, and maybe that would have slowed it down a little bit. But yeah, man, he's not easy. He's not easy to do that too. And
Mm.
again, he hits fucking hard as shit. So yeah, man, I have nothing but respect for these guys, and he is a world champion for a reason. So the people that say he sucks or whatever, this guy's one of the best 135ers in the world for sure.
Last one from me, Chris, and I appreciate your time. Where would you like to be in your career in 12 months' time? If we say we're at the start of June 2024, where would you like to be in the start of June 2025?
chilling in the UFC. I probably had 1 or 2 fights by then. Hopefully, God, God forbid. You know what I mean? I'd like to have 1 or 2 fights back in the UFC right now. If not, I'll still be on the local circuit, probably Combat Zone or something else, and trying to knock people's heads into the stands. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at right now, and I'm excited, man. 12 months time, hopefully, I'll be back in the UFC, cashing some checks.
I love it. Well, Kris, thank you for your time today. Really appreciate it. Great to see you get another win last month. I look forward to seeing you back in action soon.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate your time. Thank you.